as you can see, we're gonna float through Jack Straw today. I'm gonna kind of start this installment. It's gonna be all the differences through all the different years of the same song. So today we're gonna start in 72 with Jack Straw, and we're gonna end up in 2021 with Jack Straw with Dead & Company. So we'll just go through all the differences of kind of one in each era. So the first thing I want to say is thank you for tuning in. If you haven't yet, please push subscribe. It really means the world to me. I can't thank you guys enough for all the support and everything you've given me, and just means a lot. So I just wanted to mention that. So let's get into this 72 Jack Straw. Let me push record on this real quick. So Bob's just starting right there. Bob starts out with just the chord. And then you hear Phil coming, but that little... I call this one the Jack Straw inversion because he starts this song with this. Bob has 3 songs that start in E. Jack Straw, Looks Like Rain, this E. And Black Through the Wind, this E. So I call this one Jack Straw because it's the 1-3-1. At least in the 70s, it's the Jack Straw one. In the 80s, it's 1-5-1. We'll get to that. So this one is just a 1-3-1. It's 7-6-9 frets, 7-6-9, and you just hit that sus4 on there. So that's the first major thing to point out. Straight up, Bob, whenever Bob's ready in the early 70s, you want to just start out with the chord. And it's slow, too. So that's another thing that I noticed right here. The trick he does is minor third and major third to sus4. We can share what we got of yours, 'cause we got share all of mine. No lick right there either, just arpeggioing chords. Putting on that sus4 at the very last section. It's unshared all over. Only like in that section. That part basically stays the same all the years, I'll tell you that right now. There's really no change in that besides when you get to Dead & Company. So that part stays the same, and for these 4 chords, D, B minor, A, with the sus4, to the Jack Straw E. You can put the sus4 on there. I don't really hear him putting on the sus4 on there too much in these early years. It's just... you know, but he kind of sticks in these 4 chords. There's really no string off like he does in the later years of this. You know how he does kind of in the later years, starts to kind of improv with Jerry. This is when the song was just birthed almost, you know. So he's kind of he found the bop that he wants to do, and they're short jams. For this part, I'm not really going through the chord structure and how to do it. I have a tutorial on my page how to play this song, so if you wanted to learn how to do all the chords that I'm doing, you can go back to that one. I'm just kind of going through and showing the differences. I'm kind of assuming you already know how to play this song, so if not, go back to my lesson and you can learn how to play it. I walk through it step by step. So you kind of push repeat, go to the jam. The jam's really short too. They speed it up a little bit. I think he comes in right here. Yeah, there's really no jams in these early ones just because they're just the song. So let's take what we know from that and apply it to Cornell 77 5 years later. Now I'll tell you right off the bat, this intro lick. So that's how they started it now. Instead of Bob just coming in. Everybody waits till everybody's ready and Bob counts out 4. And in this version is the great, you hear somebody go, Jack Straw! Right as it starts. My man knew it. So yeah, Bob and Jerry do this harmony lick. So Bob's this 9 7 6 9 7 6 9 6 7. So you count out 4. 3 4. And then you go into the chord like you did before in 72. Okay, that's a difference right there too. You notice how in 72 it was minor third and major third to the sus4. This is just minor third and major third, strumming that 1 on the bottom, the A note on the bottom, finishing the chord. So that's a difference right off the bat. These are all minor differences. Again, you don't really have to do this. This is just for the crazy bob heads like me that, you know, you want to try to play a 77 way, you want to play it this way, you want to play it 72, you don't want to do that intro lick because you're attributing 72. It's not really necessary. You can play jackstraw however you want, but it's nice to kind of know these things when you're jamming. I like to clutter them all into one jam and sometimes do the intro and sometimes do the Den Company intro, and just to kind of throw it all in and take all these tricks that you have in your pocket and apply them into one jackstraw. That's kind of my purpose of teaching you guys this stuff. That's what I like to do. So right there, he goes. You hear him go very faintly. So that's the difference right there. Instead of going like you're doing 72, he just goes. So he doesn't go down to the 2, he just goes. Done shared all the Still slow. So that's the only difference that I can hear in this one is the sliding up into the E. That's really the only thing that changes through the years. Kind of improvising right there, and that's what Bob's doing in this. In 77, they've been playing this for about 5 years now, so they got room to kind of, they got the little tricks in the bag in their jams that they know to link up, but they're also trying to find new ones at the same time. So Jerry's right here, you want to be right there, emphasizing this note in some way. This is when the improv starts to come in, is these later years. Putting this. Single note walk down. It's super 70s. Okay. Now this is the second jam. Just following Jerry. Wherever you hear Jerry emphasizing a certain note, you hear Bob. Jerry's right there. Bob's going to be emphasizing that 5 because Jerry's he's going off of the 5, you know. So that's the whole premise of these jams. So that's the two differences right there. The intro lick they start doing in the late 70s, and it's a little bit more improv. And that lick in the, you'll hear that through the Eagles fill the sky. You'll hear him doing that lick in all different kind of fashions. I'm going to skip 10 years in the future, 87. This is probably my favorite version. Again, they start with the intro lick. This is fast though, I'll tell you that right now. It's so much faster. as you can see, it's the same exact intro. It's just faster. Let me turn this up a little bit. I'm sorry. I don't know if you guys can hear it good. All right, there we go. And he kept that bottom. Share the wine. Keeps that instead of the. You can throw that in after, but make sure that that's your emphasis. After the big A. There it is again. And Jerry finishes. It's such a beautiful lick. Please just share that lick. As you can see, this part stays the same. It's just everything's ramped up. It's the 80s. What do you expect? Same 4 chords. Now the difference right here is instead of going back to this E, 1 3 1, you're going to 1 5 1 now to bring that power. The 80s brings the power, so of course there is no major third or minor third. That also gives Jerry the freedom to kind of solo however he wants when they hit the E. Everything's the same besides that ending E. You'll see his hands too. You'll see his hands in there too. I'll pause it on there. Right there. That's the E you want to hit. Perfect shot of his hands right here. So that's a trick you can do. That's when he puts in the major third. He slides into it. After he hits the 5E. That's a nice one. So as you can see, there's just a little bit more fancy each year that goes on. I mean, this is 15 years after the Europe 72, so they definitely got some tricks up their sleeve, you know? Want to do this half step down with the whole chord. Either way works, but I'm just letting you know the differences. Same basically. This is all the same, but I just wanted to watch this part with you guys. This jam section is just so nice. Shots like this is how I get his hands right here. And when this bar goes away. Ah, whatever. Shots like this right here where his hands are is how I get the chords. Fucking slaying dragons back there. Okay, so I'm noticing a theme in this one. If you go back to the beginning of this jam, Jerry's starting down, doing his normal runs. You hear Brent, ding, ding, ding. Okay, now they're starting to climb. Okay, now Jerry's climbing. Now you hear Bob go up there with him, and Jerry's going off of that. Whatever it is. That note right there. Now they're gonna go higher. Now he's gonna slowly start to make his way back down a little bit. Oh, never mind, he's going back up. Brent's like, go back up. Now you hear Brent signaling to Jerry, hey, let's go up. Here comes Brent again. Brent's basically telling Jerry, like, let's go, let's keep going, let's keep going. And Jerry's like, all right. Jerry's like, all right, I got you. Bob's like, yeah, we are fucking feeling it. I think that's the crescendo right there. Bob looks around like, are we done? Okay, that's a signal. Bob's done. Nope, nobody else is though. Nope. Bob looks up again like, Jerry, are you done? No? Bob even calls it in right here. Jerry's not done. Power E. So that jam just crescendos a lot. That's really the difference in this ending jam. It's all improv. You see Bob. You know, you're messing around a bunch. That's probably one of my favorite versions, guys. I will say that. Now I'm going to skip to 2021 version. And this is, you'll start to see the differences on how Bob's kind of keeping this song new for himself, you know? It's this intro jam. F sharp minor dyad. G sharp minor diad, F sharp minor diad. It's like the beginning of Sweet Melissa. I think that's the Allman Brothers song, if I'm thinking right. Leaving that B and E string open. Bob, that's the premise. Bob's of course doing all these single notes runs that are relative to that. So you can see this is just a playful way for John and Bob to kind of start linking up. John will hit a 5, Bob will hit a... Then they go up to the 6 or down to the 4, you know, so it's the way to link up. Okay, right there. So that's the premise. They have that Sweet Melissa jam in the beginning until Bob basically walks up to the mic, and instead of counting 4, you count 2. 1, 2. We can chill. We can start singing right away. All these chords are the same. Instead of throwing on the sus, he goes on the 9 now. He likes to throw on the 9 nowadays. He either throw on the 9 or put on the sus 2, which is both a B note. It's just if you're taking it off or putting it on. That's kind of the, instead of playing with A sus 4 in this section, he plays with the 9. That lick is a little bit more extensive. So he steps on the 9. He likes to play with the 9 a lot in this modern day jackstraw. So. Is it goes back to the slow 72. It started out slow, got fast, back to being slow. It's almost the same speed as 172. People say Den Company's slow, but I mean, listen to 72. He has a difference in this one where he goes. Skip the B string. That pedal steel feel. Classic, he's gone. He also has this bending up the sus4 and the 6. You'll hear both of those. That's where you would put it. He didn't do it in this one, but that's where you put it. Right outside the fence. Or you go right outside the fence. Okay, so all this stuff is the same. Let's go to this ending. The only thing I wanted to show is that one lick. Where you could do on all those years, it's usually bending up the sus4. He switches the lick an octave. He does it up there. So it goes right to that, like this is a sus4. So that's the only difference up until right there. There it was. Okay, they go through the jam, and this jam is pretty extensive, so let's skip to the end where the difference is. They do a big E, and Jeff usually signals it with a these are the big E's. He did it right there. Whenever you hear Jeff go, that's the big E's coming. So that's that, and then it goes through this. And he does that full chord walk down. That helps, guys. If you made it to this point of the video, that means you took a deep dive with me, and I appreciate you. More to come like this soon. Peace.